For 17 long days, the world held its breath as a soccer team of 12 boys and their coach were rescued from a cave in Thailand's north. 4 years on, we've been given a rare look at what it was like inside the treacherous operation, with the Australian Federal Police releasing never-before-seen video from the depths of the cave.
This is quite extraordinary, this, and one of the 6 divers sent from the Australian Force was leading Senior Constable Karl from the AFP, and we're pleased to say he joins us now. Thanks for your time this morning. Can you just talk us through that moment when you got the call up?
Good morning, Karl. Good morning, Ali. Thank you for having me. Look, when we got the call up on the Friday night, the boys had already been missing in the cave for well over a week. And I had seen it on the news and I couldn't believe that they were stuck, and I couldn't really fathom how they were going to get out. And we got a call up on the Friday night asking if we could cave dive in Thailand tomorrow. And my colleague and I just looked at each other with blank faces and went, let's have a go. And started a frantic series of packing and events to get us there to see if we could help out.
At that point, you don't know the parameters, you don't know many of the logistics, but you know it's going to be difficult. How did you work through all those different things? And we're seeing some of the vision now and some of the complexities and some of the difficulties, but how did you get through it all? Well,
even trying to figure out what sort of equipment to take and the limitations on weight for the aircraft. Do we need dry suits? Do we need wetsuits? Do we take air cylinders? All night long we were thinking about this, and when we finally got off the plane in Thailand, the next morning we were told, yeah, can you guys go in the cave? And our question for the commander was, well, what do you want us to do? And his answer was, well, I need you to tell me what we need. So we're chucked into the thick of it and just had to just start going and working our way through it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this documentary, The Rescue, only a couple of weeks ago, and Dr. Richard Harris, who I've actually been on a cave dive with him before, it's like listening to him talk about it, and he didn't believe that the kids were going to get out alive. How did you feel? Like, did you have much optimism that this was going to be successful?
Unfortunately, myself and my colleagues, we pretty much all had the same thought that there was definitely going to be casualties. With the complexities of the cave, the distance underground, the flooding rains, every single one of us was fairly certain someone was going to die.
Wow, it's enormous, isn't it? To go
and even just looking at that vision there, you know, I guess that there was some concern that you as rescuers would be putting your own lives at some kind of risk, right?
Well, everything we do, we try to do with a bit of measured risk, do risk assessments for every action that we take, but operating in a completely new environment for us, such as a flooded cave, you're still taking risks that you don't necessarily know what the outcome is going to be. You trust in your training and you trust in your colleagues, and make sure you got each other's back, and do everything you can not to need rescuing yourself.
Yeah.
And I imagine, you know, just having to stay calm in that situation, like you're following a line in. I mean, you basically had no visibility, did you? Is there a moment for you that stands out in the rescue?
Probably the moment that stood out for me the most in the rescue was when we did our very initial dive. I was acting as dive supervisor, and I had my 2 divers kitted up and ready to go. And they were climbing over a series of rocks to actually start into the first dive into the black, muddy water. And someone has stepped on a power cable, and the power cable has shorted out, and it's sparked and it's popped.
Wow.
And I'm thinking now, great, electricity and water, black water, caves, just can't get any better, can it? But part of our team's motto is, what could possibly go wrong? So the guys still went.
And even just learning the other week that there was a thought that if this did go wrong and some of those kids died, that those involved in the rescue could potentially be charged. There was actually an evacuation plan to get you out of the country quickly. Were you aware of that at the time?
We had heard rumours of it, but it was never explicitly spoken to about us. They didn't want us to be concerned about those sort of things. They wanted us just to be able to get on with our job and do the best that we could.
And you did that, didn't you? Boy, oh boy.
How proud are you of what you did?
It's certainly a career highlight. I've been a police officer now for 24 years, and I've had many highs and lows, lots of blood, sweat, and tears. And something like this just solidifies the reasons why you go into this line of work, and the reasons why you keep doing this line of work.
Good on you. Really good to talk to you. Thank you so much for being with us today. Appreciate it. G'day, it's Ali.
And Karl.
Thanks for watching the Today YouTube channel.
Subscribe now for brand new videos every day and exclusive bonus clips.
Ali, say please.
Please? Why?
Please. I don't know.